Hey, welcome back to Business Basics with Nick. I'm your host, and let's get right into it. Today, we're going to be talking about sales. And sales can be a very obvious, but very nebulous and confusing concept for young entrepreneurs and small businesses to get to grips with. I want to focus on two key concepts when it comes to sales. First, let's understand that sales and selling is any activity in your business that leads to a customer buying something from you. I would technically consider advertising and marketing a form of sales this early on in your business. You can separate those things out as you become a more robust business that's deeper into its journey. But for now, selling involves talking on social media, explaining to your friends what you do, telling your family how your business works, and then going out and actually making a sale, phoning someone cold. So on that point, the two core concepts I want us to discuss today are things that maybe are overlooked but are really important as a basis. The one is prospects and the other is leads. So a prospect is anyone in your addressable market, your target audience, who might one day potentially maybe want to buy from you. Let's say you're targeting women between the ages of 19 and 26. That's your addressable market. You go to a Facebook group that talks directly to those women and you sponsor that particular group and that group lets you go on and talk to them live. You're selling to a bunch of prospects. Those are people who have never heard about your business before. They don't know what you're selling and you're introducing it to them for the first time. If any of those prospects sign up to your newsletter or log on to your website, they become a lead. A lead is a prospect that is conditioned, that has found your product and that is interested. They have shown definitive interest. Your job as an early stage startup or side hustle is to find those prospects and turn them into leads. You don't do that by being pushy. You do that by being yourself, by being authentic, by being genuine, by talking about why your product is the best, why it's got the best pricing, and why they should buy from you. Once that lead has committed to buying from you, they become a customer. There's a whole nother separate section of sales that involves retaining your customers and reselling to them. And that involves Kevin Kelly's idea of 1,000 true fans, which we'll get to in a later episode. But for now, remember, you've got this funnel of sales that you need to push. And in a minute, I'm going to drop down and show you the funnel that you could potentially be looking at of getting people from not knowing you to being a customer. So let's do that right now. Okay, so a basic sales funnel at a very simple level of a side hustle should kind of look like this. You have got a funnel that leads people to a place to buy from you. Let's say that's your website. What you need to do at the top here is figure out what things lead people down into the place where they buy from you. So the way to acquire leads and turn them into customers is to look at the top of funnel and see what you can put in the top of that funnel. So you might have a YouTube channel, you might have a Twitter account, an Instagram account, and word of mouth. Now you're going to post and get your friends to share your tweets that lead people towards your website. This is top of funnel, turning prospects, people who have never heard of you, into interested leads who click on your website. At the website, you're going to want to get them to do something, potentially sign up to a newsletter. When they sign up to a newsletter, they become a very qualified lead. Same thing with YouTube. You're going to create content, and that content is going to drive people to whatever your bottom of funnel conversion is. That might be your website, it might be a newsletter, it might be anything, an Instagram page where you want to sell your products. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with word of mouth. All of these lead to a single point. A big mistake that I see a lot of young small businesses make is you want to be everywhere and you want to sell from everywhere. This is fundamentally a mistake. You need to pick a single platform and then push everybody to that one platform. And when they're here, try and get their email addresses. Use the pop-ups, get their emails, and then consistently send them value. Don't just sell. If you are building a shoe company, explain to them how they're going to clean their shoes, how good shoes are made, how you pick colors and dye fabrics for shoes. And then eventually, 4 or 5 weeks later, you're going to sell them your shoes. So this is a basic funnel. You have to figure out what is top of funnel over here, and where they're going to convert down here, like a little bullseye. This is where you have to get everybody to, and you have to be relentless and vicious with this. But remember, you don't want to be pushy, you don't want to be uncomfortable, you don't want to be like a political party phoning you 2 weeks before an election where it's irritating and irrelevant work. You want to add value up here. This is the key thing. This is where you add free value that you can push people down into their particular funnel. That's how I see sales funnels. Don't forget, you're going after prospects and leads. And your leads become customers, and your customers you have to retain. That's the step down here, which we'll talk about in another episode.